He married a family neighbor, Elizabeth, and together they moved back to New York in 1902. The couple wanted to visit Germany regularly, but the German government labeled Friedrich as a military draft dodger and banished him forever. Friedrich stayed in New York with his wife and 3 children until the Spanish flu struck him down in the Great Epidemic of 1918. By that point, his estate was worth roughly $500,000 by today's standards, and after his death, it went into the hands of his wife, Elizabeth. She kept the real estate business going by hiring contractors to build houses on empty Trump properties and then selling those houses at a profit. Her son Frederick, who went by the nickname Fred, was eager to help out in the business and started doing so in 1920 when he was just 15. When Fred finally came of age in 1923, the mother-son duo officially founded Elizabeth Trump and Son. The young Fred quickly built his first family house in Queens that same year, turning an $800 investment into a $7,000 building. The company's responsibilities slowly passed on to him, and by 1927 he was pretty much running the show. Before the Great Depression stopped him, Fred had built several hundred single-family homes and turned a significant profit selling them. During the Great Depression, he adjusted his strategy away from the slumping housing market and invested in one of the world's first supermarkets, Trump Market. Then, in 1934, as part of the New Deal, the Roosevelt administration created the Federal Housing Administration, which guaranteed loans and mortgages to help every American own a home. With the secure funding offered by the FHA, Fred once again began building single-family homes and steadily revitalized the entire Brooklyn housing business. His efforts continued throughout World War II, and by the mid-40s he had advanced to building large apartment complexes. Shore Haven and Beach Haven were some of his biggest projects, though his magnum opus was undoubtedly the quaintly named Trump Village from 1964, which featured over 4,500 separate apartments. The village would be Fred's downfall, however, as state officials accused him of exaggerating project costs in order to get extra funding, which he would then pocket without saying a word. Fred ended up having to return more than $1 million to the state of New York, but what suffered the most wasn't his wallet, but his credibility. He found it increasingly difficult to secure funding for his housing projects, and it wouldn't be until 1968 that he found a solution. That was the year his son Donald graduated college, and Fred happily welcomed him into the family business.